Anointed warriors, what up, spiritual family? And welcome back to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I'm your host, Brother Minister Mongoose, and where this ministry is a unique ministry in that it's all about promoting a holistic mind, body, and spirit approach to life, to health and wellness, and to running the race that He has set before us. This holistic mind, body, and spirit approach can be explained a little bit further in terms of the services that are offered by this ministry. I'd like for you guys to watch a video that's titled MBS Service Tutorial. It's going to give you some information about the services that are provided by the ministry, and that in turn is going to give you some more information about what makes this a different kind of ministry. And if you'd like some information about what makes me a different kind of minister, please watch a video that's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. I'll talk a little bit more about those things towards the end of the video, but for now, again, I'd like to welcome all of you guys and to send a special shout out of love, thanks, and appreciation to all the longtime viewers and supporters of the ministry. But to each and every one of you guys, whether you're tuning in for the first time, whether you're a longtime viewer and supporter, or if you're anywhere in between, let me start by encouraging you guys to always live your life in a way that prioritizes faith over fear, truth over tradition, knowledge over nonsense, love over lust, and people over profit. Now that's what I got for you guys in terms of the opening. So without further ado, we're going to get right off into today's message, where we're going to be talking about why they're all obsessed with you. Why they are all obsessing over you. I mean, you see it. You know it. It is a truth. This is not supposition. This is not conjecture. It's not hyperbole. It's not coming from ego or arrogance. Not coming from a boastful place. Because you can be 500 pounds overweight. You could be in a wheelchair. You could be homeless, sitting on the side of the corner. You could have not 2 pennies to rub together, and yet the truth remains. So it's not about what you look like. It's not about what you have. The fact still remains. You know it. Some of you guys may be just now awakening to this truth. But for those of you guys who are a little bit further along in your awakening, you know that. You know that wherever you go, people seem like you walked in the room with a giant orange, traffic cone glued to the top of your head. Like people are looking at you like you walked in the room and your face was painted lime green with psychedelic polka dots throughout. People are looking at you. People are staring at you. People are trying to get close to you. People are trying to move away from you. But you have an impact on the environment wherever you go. And it's clear for all to see that it is profound. It's nonstop. It's relenting. It's relentless, and it's over the top. People can't take their eye off you. And whether that's from a place of interest or a place of hatred, a place of vitriol or a place of curiosity, whether it's coming from a place of genuineness or a place of fakery, the truth remains. So we're going to be talking about what's the reason behind this nowadays. What's the causality of this? Because again, these are just varying symptoms. People rolling their eyes at you, people smiling at you, people being fake, people being real, people wanting to get close to you, people want to move away from you. These are all just symptoms. We're going to be talking about the causality of why it is that you affect people in a way that's undeniable and in a way that is consistent, is persistent across the board. If you show up for a 12-hour shift, if you show up for a walkthrough just to pick your check up, if you're there 7 days a week, 365, or if you've never entered that place one day in your life, the truth remains. So we're going to be talking about the causality of that. So we'll get off into it by setting the table with the fact that just as I do, that we live in this cookie cutter approach society today. Everybody is coming off the assembly line. And there may be 1,000 different variables of the same product, the same assembly line. Whether it's with the attitude, whether it's with, how you categorize and view people. If they walk like this, well, society says they're that way, and everybody's treating them that way. If they dress this way, society says that means this, and so everybody has adopted that mindset, that notion, if you will. So we're living in a cookie cutter approach society, and along comes you, and this ducktails right into why they are all, the overwhelming 99.999% of the people. That may be a slight exaggeration, but so we'll say 99.5% of the people are obsessing over you. It's not in your mind. It's not your ego talking. It's the truth. So again, as we live, we acknowledge the fact that we do live in this cookie cutter society, and everybody just wants to be in vogue, and they put their own little twist on how to be about the same, shenanigans, or be marching to the same, beat of the drum. They put their own little dance move in it, their own little skip, hop, step, twist and turn, but they're all walking to the beat of the same drum. And then along comes you. You are truly an enigma. You are truly an enigma. They can't categorize you. They can't comprehend you. They can't understand you. They've seen nothing like you. They haven't seen anything like you, because even when it comes to your uniqueness and your similarities, when it comes to walking in the path of the kingdom, the straight and narrow, yes, they may have seen others, not very many as we know, because most people have succumbed to darkness, but they may have, capital may have, seen someone else walking the straight and narrow. But they've never seen somebody like you walking the straight and narrow. That other person that was walking the straight and narrow had their own authenticity. They had their own independence. They had their own belief system, the way they walk in their own unique authenticity. So even though we, as those who carry the light, we may be walking in the same direction, it's not a cookie cutter direction. If you've heard me use it once, you've heard me use it 1,000 times. The aircraft carrier, say a United States aircraft carrier, with 4,000, 5,000 sailors on it, everybody's doing a different job. And even though they're on that same aircraft carrier, heading in the same direction with the same ultimate assignment, One guy's down there, his assignment is to sweep and mop the floors. The other guy is a medical technician. The other guy is an engineer. The other guy is a navigator. The other guy is a pilot. The other guy is a weapons inspector, and so forth and so on. So this is how our walk is. It's not this cookie cutter approach where, you just put a little shade, a little horn, a little bell on it, but ultimately it's all the same. Oh no, it's huge, enormous differences. So they've never seen anybody like you. And chances are they, in today's time, they very rarely, if ever, have seen someone like you to begin with. Because let's face it, most people are not walking the straight and narrow. You got a lot of people professing it. You got a lot of people claiming it. You got a lot of people that can quote the scriptures backwards and forward and know the Bible and all the other good books from pillar to post. But they're not living that. See, you are an enigma. They can't explain you. They can't figure you out. They can't categorize you. And that in itself, in a day and time when people are marching to the beat of the same drum, you being enigma is enough to cause people to just totally go haywire, go bananas and bonkers, trying to categorize you, trying to figure you out, trying to study you, trying to compare themselves to you. Again, some of those people may have genuine, clean-hearted interests, genuinely be inspired by you. But again, those people are few and far in between, even to the vanishing point, because the overwhelming majority of these people are fakers and Decepticons. We know that. This is the world we live in right now. So one of the main things as it relates to why they are totally obsessing over you, they can't get you out of their mind all day and all day long. They think about you. Again, this is not ego. This is truth. You are an enigma, and that's what drives them totally crazy. You literally are one of a kind. Another reason why they obsess over you is because you, in your God-given authenticity, you represent everything that they would want to be. In fact, in a lot of cases, not only do you represent what they want to be, you represent what they profess to be. You represent what they profess to be, what they walk around convincing others and convincing themselves on a superficial level that this is who they are. They're good people, they're loving, they're kind, they're compassionate, they're strong, they're wise, they're considerate, they're all these different things. This is what they say, this is what they profess, and in a lot of cases they do these things on a superficial level to prop up this notion that this is who and what they are. But then you come along and you represent all those things in a very factual, in a very matter of fact, in a very sincere, in a very genuine and whole way. Like you're not faking it when you're being loving. You're not faking it when you're being courageous. You're not faking it when you're being you. You're not faking it when you have an attitude. Everything about you reminds them of everything they want to be and everything that they oftentimes profess to be. You're the truth about it all. Everything about you is real. They have this saying, she acting funny, he acting funny. With you, it ain't no act. If you funny, you funny. You don't associate with a lot of people. Your attitude may be this way with that person, and then in that same kind of situation, 5 minutes later, because of an energetic shift and because of your God-given discernment, you can sense, okay, this energy has shifted. It's the same situation, same set of circumstances, but the energy that's oscillating within this situation is no longer genuine. It's no longer clean. And so you decide to pull yourself back. So your acting funny is not an act. When you have an attitude, you're not having an attitude because necessarily of the situation or the circumstances, or because, the politically correct thing to do is for you to have an attitude. You're having an attitude because you're having an attitude. Everything about you is real. Your smile, your frown, your humbleness, your courage. You're not showing courage because it's going to make you look like a man or a woman. You're not showing humbleness because, that's what's going to win over the crowd. Everything about you is real. And you don't feel a need to fake it. And this type of authenticity, this kind of realness affects people in a way to where they're drawn to you like a moth to a flame. That moth just keeps getting drawn to that flame and it can't help itself. Like a bee, being attracted to pollen. It just can't help itself. It's genetically hardwired to keep going and keep going and keep going, even to the point to where that moth gets totally burnt up and dies as a result of the flame. It's obsession with the flame. You don't ever feel a need to fake it. You don't ever feel a need to fake it. People are obsessed with this kind of energy. You don't dance if you don't like the music. You don't laugh if the joke isn't funny. You don't scratch if you don't have an itch. Everybody else may be scratching. And you may be very aware of the consequences that may come as a result of, hey, everyone's laughing. Why aren't you? You're totally aware. Okay, now they're going to start pointing fingers. They're going to start firing their little fiery darts. They're going to start labeling and all of this stuff. You're totally aware of that. And yet you refuse to fake it. You are who you are, and who you are not, you will never be. You don't feel the need to fake it. And that's rare. That's unique. That's potently powerful beyond all measure. And people see this and they start obsessing over that. Like, what manner of man is this? What manner of woman is this? This is some of the reasons why they are obsessing over you. You don't ever feel a need to fit in. You're totally comfortable in your skin. Something that everybody says, something that everybody professes, something that society so-called teaches us, oh, just be you. Be comfortable being you. Walk your own path. As long as your own path is within this certain parameter. Not everybody's really walking their own path. Not everybody has, if you'll pardon my French, the cojones to really, really not give a darn about fitting in and to say, hey, I'm going to be who I am. And if that means I'm fitting out, then I'm just fitting out. But it's not a fake. It's not a facade. This is just who I am. And people don't see that enigma, that realness, that strength of character. And they start obsessing more and more and more. What is it about this girl? How can this be? People like that don't exist. Don't he know? Doesn't she know that we're going to laugh at her? Don't they see how everybody's staring at her? Don't they see how everybody's attacking her or trying to blackball her or talk behind her back? She knows this, but she still keeps standing in her God-given authenticity. They start obsessing more and more. Your independence, your authenticity. Hey, listen, I don't need to fit in. You don't need their approval to be you. You've grown through that phase, most of you out there. You've grown through that phase where you used to second guess yourself. You used to doubt yourself. You used to go back and forth with your beliefs and, turn down your smile or, modify you don't be so humble because they're going to think you're a coward. You went through that. And now you just don't give a hoot. You don't need their approval to be you. They need approval. Everybody else they come across, the overwhelming majority of everybody else they come across needs approval. They need validation. Hey, I'm working hard here. Hey, I've lost a few pounds. Hey, I'm laughing at it because I think the joke is funny. Hey, I bought a brand new car, whatever the case is. They need approval. They need that validation, but you don't. This drives people to a point of obsession, trying to figure you out. What makes you tick? What's your motivation? What type of cloth are you cut from? They become obsessed by you. They start obsessing over you because of the way that you move. Like you move in politeness, you move in humbleness, you move in courage, and you move in tolerance, all at the same time. Like, the fact that oftentimes, unless they cross that uncrossable line, or they try to cross that uncrossable line, other than that, you don't get rattled. And they do all kinds of things. Walk by you close, say sarcastic things, say mean-spirited things, treat you rude, treat you disrespectfully, unfairly. They do all these things, trying to figure you out as they fall more and more into the abyss of their obsession over you. And yet you refuse to get rattled. And for those of you who are further along in the initiation of your awakening, it's not even like you're not even trying to put forth effort anymore. It just doesn't bother you. There was a time when it did bother you. And then there was a time when, you had to concentrate and focus in order for it not to bother you. And now it just doesn't even bother you, and you ain't even thinking about it one way or the other. All of these different aspects, all of these different energies of you, walking in courage, humbleness, politeness, and courage, all at the same time. It's like, how can this be? This has to be a fake. This has to be all for show. And they just continue on, not realizing that just like that moth getting closer and closer to the flame, they can't take their eye off you. They can't get you off of their mind. You haven't done anything. You haven't been over the top friendly. You haven't been over the top dismissive of anybody. You just being you. And this is feeding their obsession over you. You confuse, irritate, and captivate them all at the same time. They find themselves thinking about, you know what, I admire this girl. I admire this guy. I'm irritated by this guy. I'm irritated by this girl. Man, I am so captivated by this guy, by this girl. And all of these different thoughts are running through them, and they're left in a total state of utter confusion because you're not a puzzle to be figured out in the first place. You literally are, hey, what you see is what you get. Somebody that's going to laugh when they feel like laughing, that's going to be polite, that's going to be respectful, that's not going to dance when they don't want to dance. There's nothing to figure out here. Just calm down and zoom out and realize what you see is what you get. There's nothing beyond that. But they can't. In their minds, again, based on the times that we're living in, they've never seen anybody like you before. And so they can't just zoom out and realize that it's just that simple. And because they can't realize that it's just that simple, they become obsessed with you. They begin to obsess over you. They can't comprehend your level of discernment. This is another thing that makes them obsess. When they obsess over you. How can he just know? How can she just know that smile wasn't genuine? How did he just know that polite word was insincere? How did they just know that vote in the company project office? How did they know I just did that to manipulate my way into, trying to deceive them down the road? How can this be? How can they know that? See, everything about you confuses them. Everything about you literally causes them to obsess over you. More and more and more. God's glory is on your face. I did a video about that. I believe that's the exact title of it. His glory is on your face. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Check it out. It goes in this in a little bit more detail. But God's glory is on you. I mentioned walking into this room and they look at you and stare at you and marvel at you and roll their eyes and are disgusted by you. All these things are going on. And again, it's not just something that's fleeting. It's something that if you stay in that room, it's going to stay there. No, they can't take their eyes off you. And I used the analogy as if you had walked in there with a giant orange traffic cone glued to the top of your head. I used that analogy. But the truthful analogy is you walked in there and God's glory is on your face. They've never seen anybody shine like you. They've never seen anybody as bright, as beautiful, and as radiant as you in terms of your aura. Again, this is not what we look like in the mirror. Because you could be, again, 500 pounds, and I'm just using that as an example. You could have glasses and be what we call, what the people will call, not so handsome or attractive. You could be disabled in a wheelchair. You could be broke down, homeless, no clothes, smell bad. You could be all of these things. But when his glory is on you, you're going to get that same look. People are going to obsess over you just the same. Because it's not the you in the mirror. It's the something that's in you. And that is his glory. It's on your face. Glory, glow rays. You're glowing rays. Beautiful, colorful, vibrant rays. That's all around you, all upon you. This thing that we call an aura, when they see your aura walk in that room, whether they have trained themselves to be able to see people's auras, and some people have trained themselves to be able to see one's aura, whether they've trained themselves and they are able to see your aura or not, they see a shine that's on your skin. Again, someone that's trained themselves to be able to see your aura, they can actually see the lights and the colors. But someone else that can just see you bright, you beautiful, you're alluring, you're captivating. You're all of these things. His glory is upon you. And they've never seen anything like that. And how can this be? How can you walk like this in these dark times? How can you have genuine hope and love and joy in your heart in these dark times? How can you be confident in a workplace where everybody is throwing the proverbial daggers at you? Everybody has, contentment for you. How can you be poised and still walk on sunshine and still be bright and confident and humble and patient and tolerant and forgiveness? How can this be? These are the reasons why they obsess over you. So If you didn't know, then now you know. If you didn't know, then now you know. I'll give you one more before I get out of here, guys, as to why they're obsessing over you, and again, why they find you, they're repulsed by you. At the same time, they're inspired by you. At the same time, they're attracted by you, attractive to you. At the same time, they're put off by you. All of these things they have to deal with within themselves. And as they try to get it figured out, instead of them again just zooming out and saying, you get what what you see is what you get, they continue to look for answers, to unravel something that there's nothing to unravel. They keep trying to dot I's and cross T's when there's no I's or T's to cross. So another reason is, guys, is the fact that, you're not wowed. You're not wowed by anything that they say. You're not wowed by anything that they do. And you're not wowed by anything that they have. And again, it's not ego. It's not come from you being dismissive of that, being in denial of that. You're not moving in arrogance. It's just that you're okay with you. You're okay with, hey man, somebody, guy asked me the other day, and one of my main sayings is, hey man, guy, and he was a narcissist trying to be funny, and but whatever. He asked me, hey man, how you doing today? And man, it's better than some. Not as good as others. You're okay with that. You're at a point to where you realize some people are going to be doing better in certain areas. Some people aren't going to be doing better in certain areas. But that doesn't mean that I'm bigger than them and they're less than me. And it doesn't mean I'm less than them and they're bigger than me because they're doing better. See, the disciples of darkness, they haven't figured this out yet. So you're okay. You're not wowed by anything that they say while they're going in their verbal lexicon to try to come up with, fabulous, what we would call, upscale verbiage in order to impress you. You're not wowed by that. You're not wowed by what they do. If they work 75 hours that week, if they worked 125 hours that week, you can pat them on their back, honestly, but you're not blown away by that because that's them. You're okay with you. You're not wowed by what they have. Some of them, they want to flex. Yeah, I got this diamond ring. Yeah, I bought a brand new car. Yeah, I got a house. Yeah, we bought us 50 acres. And you can actually salute that and celebrate that, commend that in a very genuine way. But you're not wowed by it. What he has for them is for them. What he has for you is for you. And you're okay with that. But they're not. And this is why they obsess over you. So let me get out of here, guys. I'm at 33 minutes, trying to keep these down to about 30 minutes. So I'm already over the limit. But hey, if you'd like some more information on how you can navigate this type of terrain and how you can stay centered in you, because ultimately that's what it's about. It's about you staying aligned with you, not falling off into their obsession over you, not falling off into that, acknowledging it, embracing it as being a truth about what's going on. The good book says, in all things, get an understanding. Acknowledge it. Don't run from it. But don't play yourself out of your position of power, which is to say, hey man, that's not me. It's his glory that's on me. It's his glory that's in me. Because I could look this way, I could look that way. I could have this amount of money or that amount of money. I could have this amount of education or no education at all. I could have no place to live. I could be living in a mansion. It's not about me. It's about his glory that's on me. And that's why they are obsessing over me. So to put it in the most minute, boiled down phrases, they're not obsessing over you at all. They're obsessing over what you carry, and that is the Holy Spirit. So again, if you'd like some information, maybe some follow-up questions on this kind of topics, or some information about how you can navigate this minefield without you falling in the ego, without you falling in the arrogance, or getting your chest puffed up, whatever the case may be. Maybe some information about, again, how to stay in alignment with who you truly are and what he truly has for you. Reach out to this ministry. I love the opportunity to speak with you. Again, when it comes to what makes this a different kind of ministry, it's a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. I mentioned that. I mentioned the video titled MBS Service Tutorial. That's going to tell you some specific about the services, which consist of philosophical consultative services that are designed to help strengthen and nourish the mind. ISSA certified fitness training that's designed to strengthen and nourish the body. And then there's clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices that are designed to help strengthen and nourish the spirit and the soul. Some additional services in which this holistic approach is also utilized consist of good old-fashioned motivational speaking, as well as youth and young adult mentoring and counseling. Watch the MBS service tutorial video to get some specifics about them. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to schedule your initial consultation and evaluation, I'm going to leave an email link down in the description box so you can schedule your initial consultation and evaluation in any or perhaps all of those service areas that are provided by this ministry. Please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. And I always like to ask you guys the same two questions. One, did you get value? Did you find value in today's message? Second question is, if you did or if you didn't, do you think that there's possibly someone out there that can find value in today's message? If your answer is yes to either of those questions, then it's up to you now. It's literally up to you. Take this message. Give it an opportunity to provide value in the life of someone. Someone may be right, metaphorically speaking, or perhaps even literally speaking. Someone might be standing on the bridge. So hit the share button. That's the most important button of all, in my opinion. So start with hitting the share button, if you would, please. And if the Holy Spirit moves you, then also hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. And then hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive notification when I upload a new message. If the Holy Spirit moves you to make a monetary donation to show your thanks, your support, and your generosity or charity towards this ministry, then please, I'm going to leave a Cash App link down in the description box. It's important that you remember that no amount is too small. It's also important that you guys remember that in whatever way the Holy Spirit moves you to show your thanks, your support, your generosity towards this ministry, may you receive an abundant harvest, shaken down, pressed together, and running over, because that's a promise from him. So please receive it by faith, as I simultaneously receive by faith your continued love and your continued support and generosity towards this ministry. As I get out of here, guys, remember that regardless of your age, regardless of your fitness conditioning, and regardless of those challenges and struggles that you may be facing on your own personal journey, this ministry, keep this in mind, guys, this ministry is assigned and anointed to help you make sure that your mind, your body, and your spirit remains healthy, beautiful, and vibrant. So reach out if this ministry can be of assistance to you in either way, mentally, physically, and or spiritually. That's what I got for you guys. Hey, I do appreciate all the love and support. I'm out, but I'll see you guys in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose. Now go out there and with this newfound understanding about why they are obsessing over you, that gives you power, that gives you fuel, that gives you confidence, that you don't even have to worry about it. Now that you have that understanding of what it's all about, why they're mean mugging you, why some may be sincere, why some may be Decepticons, now that you have that understanding, now you can become empowered by it. The good book says, knowing the truth makes us free. You can become empowered by it. You can learn to stay in alignment with you and what he has for you, and you can transcend it all together. But that's what I got for you guys. Reach out to this ministry if I can be of assistance. I love you all. I'm Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.